Hello guys, welcome back to CVFOLIO. In this session, I'm going to teach you how to create a poster like this in Photoshop. You can use the techniques that you're going to learn in this tutorial to create any graphic design that you want for any purpose you like. Before we start the process of designing this kind of page in Photoshop, I want to tell you why I chose this building for this tutorial. It's a very special building, very special architecture. So let's talk a little bit about it. This is called Azadi Tower, and it is located in Tehran, and it's one of Iran's most iconic landmarks, and its meaning is freedom and the country's rich history. I mean, the concept behind this architecture is this. And this tower was originally named the Shahyad Tower. It was constructed in 1971 to commemorate the 2500th anniversary of the Persian Empire. And following the 1979 Iranian Revolution, its name was changed to Azadi, which means freedom in Persian. This tower was designed by architect Hossein Amonat, a young graduate from Tehran University at the time, and he designed this monument in order to bridge Iran's past and present. And if I want to talk about the structure is 45 meters tall and built with white marble from Isfahan, which is a great city in Iran. And its unique design is influenced by a combination of historical Persian architecture, including elements from the Sassanid and Islamic periods. Okay, now let's move on, and after this education, I want to teach you how to create this poster in Photoshop. So, as you can see, we have this rectangle over this photo, and we have the photo a little bit out of these boundaries, and we can see some of these color squares are here, and we have this sentence written here and some color codes here. So let's jump into Photoshop. Okay, it's the base photo that we can see here. So I want to make a copy from it and hide the previous layer. So now I want to make this JPEG to a PNG, and I don't want this background here, and I just want to have this photo. So I start my process with going to Magic Wand tool, and I select here. Make sure that the tolerance is on, for example, 30, and then you can see that it's a clean selection here, and I just hit delete and it's gone. And you can see that we have this dot here. We can delete it, but I want to keep it because I want it to look more natural. So the next step is to select this boundary here. If I click in the space, it's not selecting correctly, so I want to do it manual. So I Ctrl D and unselect it, and I go for polygonal lasso tool, and I start selecting the boundary. Yeah. And simply just hit delete. Ctrl D, and if I move this to my other page, you can see that it's totally a PNG photo, and it's just this tower that comes to the other tab, like that. Okay, I make a copy from this layer because I want to save one. If anything goes wrong, I can go back to the copied layer. So Ctrl J and hide the previous layer. Now I want to resize this photo, so I hold down Alt and left click, and you can see that it's growing. Okay, I move it here. I make it a little bit bigger. Okay. Okay, it's all set. Right click here and click on Convert to a Smart Object. Okay, actually we should have done this before resizing, so Ctrl Z, and now I go here and right click, convert it to Smart Object. Okay, now I want to resize this. Hold down Alt and left click. Okay, click on this button or just simply hit Enter and then move it a little bit higher. And now use arrow keys to relocate this if you want. And I guess it's good. Okay. Next step is to create a rectangle here. So I just go to Shapes and I make sure that the stroke is on but the fill is not on. We don't want a fill, so I start the process like this. Now if you see, the line is at the front and the tower is at the back, so we can just simply relocate the layers, and I go here and move it to the top. Okay, now the rectangle line is behind this tower. Okay, everything is set and you can see this dot here. I like this, but if you don't like it, you can just simply delete it. Now it's time for writing the letters here, so I go for this one. I have prepared it from before. Just hit the I button and it will appear. Now I want to relocate it, so with the help of left arrow, I just relocate it here. And I bring it to this part. Okay. I can see that the font is a little bit too big for this size of the photo. We could just resize this and make it a little bit bigger, and the font would be at the right size. But now I want to reduce the letter size so that you can see how we can change the text settings. So double click here and go to this part. You can see it's 6. We can change it to, for example, 5 and hit Enter. Okay, and now I want to make equal change from right and left in the length of this letter. So I hold down Alt and bring the right dot here to the left. You can see that it's changing. Okay, click on the checkbox here, and now by holding down shift and down arrow, you can see that you can relocate the text. Okay. Okay, it's good. And now we want to delete this part of the line so that the letter will be so clean and neat. So I go to rectangle, right click, and change it to a rasterized layer. And now I go to this selection, rectangular selection, and just click on this, and you can delete it. Okay, everything is set, and now we have to go for the color boxes here. So I click on this layer that I prepared from before, and now we have to relocate this square. I bring it here. As you can see, when we move the square, these guidelines appear, and they help us to locate our object in the exact part that we want. So I put it here, and now we can bring some colors from this picture as a color palette and put it here. So I want 4 squares, so I Ctrl J this layer and move it to this part. Again, Ctrl J, and again Ctrl J. Okay, it's all set. Now we have to change the colors. The first one is from this surface here. So I click on it, I go to this rectangle, and I go to fill box, and I click on this colorful color picker. And I go, for example, here, and I hit OK. So it's set. The other square should be changed to another color. And I want to write the color codes here. So in order to do that, I, for example, check this box, and we can see one of the texts that we prepared from before. And now Ctrl J this layer and bring it to this part. We should change the text here. So double click here and type CMYK. We type CMYK because if you want to print it, you have to know the color codes by CMYK. And if you want to publish it on websites or PDFs, you should choose RGB mode. But this one will help you to have the right color codes for printing and publishing. So we write down the CMYK for this sample. So I start by, for example, writing down just random numbers, and then I will change it. For example, 0, 1, 22, 54, 66. Okay. Now I want to change them. How do I do that? I go to this color box here, I go to the rectangle, and I go to fill box, and I click on this, and I can see it's 30, 34, 56, and 1. So I memorize it, and I go to the text box, and I change these numbers. 0, 1 will be changed to 30, and 22 will be 34, 54 will be 56, and 66 will be 1. Okay. And now you can see that our poster is created. You can do it with any other graphic design, and you can use these techniques, use these things that you just learned to create other posters. This poster was made for our Instagram page, which is CVFOLIO, and every day we create a story and reels for this page using these techniques with different ideas of the presentation. So you can join to our Instagram page too, and also we will publish the other tutorials about creating posters, portfolios, and other graphic design techniques. And you can stay tuned for other tutorials. If you want to suggest any other ideas to create other videos for next tutorials, feel free to write it down in the comment section. I will read every one of them and I will make tutorials for you. So let us know what your feedback is, and we will see you again in the next tutorials.